Hello to all my planner people, mamas, and entrepreneurs. My name is Sydney, and this is the Planning Mompreneur podcast. This is where I'll talk about all things planning related, mom life, and small business life. Most importantly, how I juggle it all. Hey guys, and welcome back to my podcast. It is officially 2024. It's actually January 17th when I'm recording this. I just wanted to start off and say that I apologize for kind of going MIA. I had a really rough end of 2023. Just a lot of things going on, a lot of mental things going on, and then just handling everything in life and the business. It kind of took a dive down for a while. I guess after taking some time off Christmas time, and then I went away to Mexico the first week of January, I'm feeling a lot better. I'm actually feeling more, what's that called? The fog has lifted, if that makes any sense at all. I just feel less brain fog. With that being said, I'm behind tremendously on things I wanted to do for the shop. My little hobby here with my podcast. I wanted to release an ebook last year, never did that. I have it half done. I want to start making some courses to kind of monetize on all of the stuff that I've learned and all of the time that I've spent gaining knowledge and things about business, especially within this niche. I think it might be useful for other people that are wanting to get into it. So I kind of, with no shame, want to, capitalize on all of my time I spent. And also that would mean it's helping somebody else and it will save them time. Anyway, so that's just something that's in my mind on the back burner, specifically silhouette, how to use it, kind of the transition from Silhouette to Illustrator. I don't know much, but I'm learning still, so I wouldn't do anything on that. Anyways, this is a total tangent. Also, this episode is really just an introductory to 2024. I'm just rambling. I have no clear game plan here. I have no notes. I'm not videotaping so that it's super low-key, and yeah, we had a big snow day today, so I am not dressed to videotape myself. I just had to have a shower because I sweat so bad shoveling the snow earlier. But I really wanted to, sorry if you hear that, my watch is just going off. I really wanted to go over kind of my aspirations for 2024, my vision, some goals, so I can really maybe hold myself accountable because I'm telling other people, at least whoever decides to listen to this. So that's really what this is about, and also kind of explaining where I've been and things like that. So first off, where I've been, I kind of already got into that. I'm kind of realizing after was told by my therapist that I have ADHD tendencies, so I am kind of realizing that, and it really makes sense. Probably while you're listening to me talking, you can kind of see that my brain jumps from one thing to another. I didn't know that was a big thing. I thought that's just how everybody was, but it turns out that's not how everybody is. So, yep. I'm kind of learning more about myself in the last few months. So it has been good, but it's also been kind of bad, I guess, because it's more stress added on that I don't necessarily need. But it is kind of cool realizing some things and that I'm not the only one, or it's not how it's supposed to be, things like that, if that makes sense. Probably doesn't. So 2024, I decided to use my B6 Freely Noted for my notebook for the shop and just brain dumping. I kind of miss doing everything all in a Freely Noted, my dailies, things like that, because I did that basically all last year, journaling everything. But I decided to go back to a Hobonichi cousin for journaling and my daily to-dos. Oh my gosh, I really need to mute my watch because it's driving me nuts. Okay. So I'm using a cousin and I'm using a freely noted B6. Those are pretty much the two sizes that I always go back to. With that being said, I'm having a really hard time letting go of my covers for week size and A6 size and just, in general, things that I haven't touched in a while. It's something I want to work on this year, is destashing and kind of being more minimal, because I have different priorities. I've booked a few trips. After going to Mexico, I really realized that I need to relax more, and money will come and go. So I know that's not like a good thing for most people. I do budget fairly well, and I'm pretty on top of my finances. So it depends who you are, I guess, if you should run with that or not. Sorry, it's just I know some people are really poor at budgeting, and if they had that mentality, they would just dig themselves a deep hole. So I just wanted to put a disclaimer, that is not for everybody. So goals for the business this year. This is a really big one. I can't really expand because I did move my office back home, and I have no plans to find a new space. Turns out I would have had to move my office anyways, because the people who were leasing downstairs that subleased to me upstairs sold their business, and the new owners did not want anybody upstairs. So I would have had to move. I just found that out, which kind of helped with my decision that I made over the summer. But with that being said, I can't really expand too much, but I do want to do more notebooks. I love notebooks. I want to do like a couple more colors, or maybe expand the gray into different sizes, because people are really loving the gray, which I of course love as well. What else? More washi, just keep every couple months releasing new washi tapes. As you know, I don't really restock a lot of them. I kind of discontinue them, and once they're gone, they're gone. Some of them that are more seasonal, I have restocked, and like some favorites like the coffee stain, things like that. I typically listen to the customers, but if only one person wants something restocked, I'm not going to reorder it. So keep that in mind. Really, there's not much else. I want to do like a big anniversary box this year for year 7, and pretty much that's it. Like, I only have a few sales planned. It's pretty low key of a year, just because I don't really have any plans to like get new equipment. I got a new computer last year. I got a new cutting machine last year. I don't need a new iPad. I don't need a new laptop. I don't need new furniture for the office. So it's really a year of investing in other ways, and I'm kind of going to dabble more into marketing, and I want to dabble a little bit more into I kind of like learning more of the accounting side of things. I know a lot, and I finally have an accountant, but yeah, there's just so much to learn, and I really think that might be like a future job for me one day, because I really like it. I know it's super lame, but if I ever stop doing this, I don't think I'd go back to the hospital, to my old job. I think I know this is like super different, but I'd still want to either be self-employed and maybe just be like my own boss, but be like a bookkeeper or a CPA, or be a child therapist. So I know that's a super big difference. Anyways, I need to go back to school one day. It's something I want to do. Not this year though, because my kids are too young still. So that's pretty much like all my business to-dos. My goals this year is to maintain my revenue, if not reach that next threshold. I'm about like smack in the middle of the mid 6 figures for revenue last year. So that has gone up nicely every year, thankfully, because that's what you want with business. But I'm at this spot now that I can't really handle more orders, if that makes sense, and I don't have room to grow more in terms of offering more product. So it's going to be a lot more of the pre-sale side of things. I think this year you're going to see, and I really want to work on stuff that will be what's that word? I was just talking to my friend Christina about this. Like stuff like ebooks and stuff that you make and you sell it and it's digital or more digital. Stuff that requires less time for me because I really want to obviously upkeep my children's quality of life, buying groceries, paying the bills, but also spend time with them. That is just like a big one for me. And I'm really excited for the quality time I'll have in June. I booked a family trip for June, so that'll be really exciting. But I want to spend a lot more time in the summer just outside with the kids. I don't want to work on Sundays anymore. I don't want to work 6 days a week, 7 days a week. I want to work 5 days a week. So yeah, that's where I'm at. And I really want to hold to my boundaries when it comes to my shop policies and emails, things like that. Because sometimes I kind of sway on them. People remember that, right? So I don't want to do that anymore. Not to say I don't want to cater to everybody, because I'm a people pleaser and it's really hard for me actually to tell somebody no. Like really hard, but I need to for my own sanity, for my own mental health, because last year was just not good. So I learned, and now I'm hopefully going to change things, I can't speak, and do things differently. Sorry, I need to take a sip of water. Okay, I don't talk this much for this long very often, so my throat gets really dry, and I feel like there's dust in it. I don't know if anybody else has that problem, but I do. So yeah, that's it. That's my plans. That's my goals. It's just kind of like maintenance. And then for my personal growth, I have big things for that. I don't know if you guys care, but I definitely plan to upkeep my workout regime this year. I'm by no means out of shape after 2 kids, but I definitely have room to tighten things up, if that makes sense. Like, I know it's not the worst case scenario over here, and I am actually pretty active on the regular. I try to be, and I'm really conscious about what I eat. Most days, I do have like a piece of chocolate if I feel like it when I want it, and I do have wine when I want it. And like once a week we do eat out, so there's that. And I'm not the type of person to get no salad when we eat out, because I really want to enjoy my paid for meal. I'm not saying salad's bad at restaurants and like takeout, but there's, at least for me, there's other things that taste better. So just working on that, but mostly it just means like my mental health, my mental load, things like that, just personal growth. That's just really something I want to work on. So I would actually love to hear about what your personal goals are this year, and if you own a business, what your business goals are. Another one of mine is maybe incorporating my business. I'm not really there yet because I don't know if you guys understand or not, the cost of living here is too high, so I kind of don't really leave anything in the business because I reinvest it all. Anything extra, I've been at least the last 4 years just like reinvesting it, and then the rest of it I live off of, so there's not really a tax break for me to incorporate or any specific reason, but I'm looking into that. Anyways, I wanted to know what your goals are. If you could comment on this podcast, message me on Instagram, email me, whatever. I'm always up for a chat. So that, I think that would be really fun. I love comparing goals. I don't think I have like really anything big to talk about, just to update you guys, because that's what this is all about this week. Sorry, I had to pause it. I totally had to cough again. I don't know if I'm going to do a podcast every week. I think I'm going to not hold myself to another thing to do for now. And I'm not entirely sure that I'll be filming videos for them anymore, because that adds a whole extra piece of work and editing, and I am just way too busy for it. I think that's what really deterred me last year after I started, was just the extra work, because I decided to also make it a video podcast, which I shouldn't have done. So I'm going to probably just do audio only, and definitely switch up some topics, because there's a lot of other things I want to speak about. There's a lot of other things people have requested, which I feel so bad for. I haven't actually talked about them yet, but it's on my list. I have a nice list of ideas. And if you guys have any extra ideas, definitely let me know as well. And I will chat with you guys in the next episode. Thank you for listening and have a fabulous weekend.